Hey everyone, Tom McGuire from Scranton Mixed Martial Arts. I want to share with you 3 tips we got from a Navy SEAL not too long ago. I think it fits in really well with the topics we've been talking about around self-defense. All 3 of these tips will keep you safer out on the streets, help self-defense situations or even prevent you from getting attacked or how to deal with an attack if it happens. So I put it up in the description, but number 2 is not, politically correct. It's not something that's often taught, and it might not even be legal, but Mr. Navy SEAL didn't care about it, and, it's at least something you want to think about and have in your mind in case you ever do need it. So, again, my name's Tom McGuire. If you don't know me, I'm an instructor at Scranton Mixed Martial Arts. We have a great self-defense program. It was, created by Royce Gracie himself. Won the first few UFCs. His family put Gracie Jiu-Jitsu on the map, and it proved to be the most effective self-defense system out there. If you don't know that, please look it up, and if you don't agree with it, that's kind of tough. But so the 3 tips the Navy SEAL gave us, I'll just get right into it. The first is to just stop and pay attention. So, he talked about when they were out on missions, you can get distracted, or when you're getting prepped and ready for a mission, you can end up getting distracted. And I think that's like the worst thing right now in our society is we get so distracted from everything and we're not paying attention to anything. So, let's say you're about to leave a restaurant at 10 o'clock at night. Stop for a second. Just be like, all right, my car's parked down the street. I got just the keys in my hand. I'm going to walk on this side of the street. I'm going to go down there. I'm going to cross here. When you're walking down the street, pay attention, head up, looking around, kind of know what's going on. A big one for me is when you're about to get out of your car, stop, pay attention, and focus on what you're going to do. There's a lot of phrases around there like, you got one job. And it's like, basically, it's 1 second at a time is your job. Don't, when you're just about to get out of your car, start worrying about, what you're going to do at the gym, what you're going to do at work. Like, no, just get out of the car, walk, be safe, pay attention, be aware of your surroundings. All right, so number 2, use at your own risk, talk to your lawyer, whatever. But if so this is from Mr. Navy SEAL. He said that if you know an attack is about to happen, if that no matter what, there's going to be a fight, you should act first. He was very specific about striking first, shooting first, all that stuff. But right, let's take it just for self-defense. You want to act first. You don't want to respond and react. You want to take control. So like one way this came up with like Royce, is if a guy makes a fist. So if you're talking, you're arguing, he was talking about arguing about a parking spot. If you're in an argument with the guy and he makes a fist, there's really no point in talking anymore, right? Him making a fist shows exactly what his next step is going to be, and you can act first. I mean, really, he's acting, he made a fist, so, you can go right ahead and act. Whenever you can, you want to talk your way out of a situation, you want to avoid the fight, it's normally not worth it, there's no point in all that, but, let's say someone approaches you while you're getting out of your car, you feel a little trapped, and you start to realize, like, hey, this is going to be a fight, or you leave that restaurant, some guy asks you what time it is, you try to back away, he keeps following you, he grabs you, at a certain point, if you have to defend yourself, you want to defend yourself, and you want to go and make it quick. You want to take control of the situation, and you want to end the situation as quickly as possible. I actually thought it was kind of funny. Like, the Navy SEAL is giving us a talk, and he normally goes into self-defense strategies, but he's like, you guys are all awesome martial artists, so I'm not even going to get into it. But someone asked him, like, if you had to take one guy out, hand to hand, like, what do you do? And he said, what's worked best for me is always to attack the throat. And he showed a little bit of it, which I think is very cool. We're a grappling school primarily for our self-defense program. Gracie Jiu-Jitsu is phenomenal. It's easy and it works. So we focus on all that. But it is amazing when you think of, like, I don't know, the guy had to weigh like 240, ripped to the gills, like what it would be like if he grabbed your head and struck you in the throat. So I thought that was very interesting. And, again, as grapplers, we kind of get away from that, but it was pretty cool. The third thing, final thing I'll just end with today was that, it's a phrase he said a bunch. It was, do what you say and say what you do. All right, well, what the heck does that mean? So for them, when they're on like an op or driving around or anything like that, they're constantly communicating. He stressed that he felt the reason why SEALs in general and his SEAL team was so effective was really their ability to communicate in, let's just say, stressful situations. No matter what, they communicate. Everybody knew what everybody was doing. All right, so one way that applies to us in our everyday life is that, so let's say you're running errands, right? Everyone runs errands. Like, who the heck knows what that means? But, like, communicate and let people know where you are, what you're doing, and don't just, in essence, like, disappear, be out there, don't let people know, where you are. It's really easy now, like, just text, like, hey, I'm running a Target. Oh, hey, I got to run here. I got to run there. I got to go to the bank. It's good for a lot of reasons. The main one is just having someone know where you are, where you're going, where you should be. And this way, if things get delayed, they know where you are. They'll know where you were last, stuff like that. That's especially in like the worst of the worst situations. But let's say you're out with your friends at dinner and you want to run to the ATM or something like that. Just be like, hey, I'm going to run to the ATM. Look, in any of those situations, and it all ties in, whenever possible, use the buddy system, right? Like, third grade stuff here. Why run out of a restaurant at 10 o'clock at night to use the Mac? Like, have your buddy go with you. If you're going to walk to your car down a road, across a side street or whatever, like, go with someone. Make it easier for both of you, and you make yourself way less of a target. One person walking alone, male or female, is way more of a target than even two males walking together, a male and female walking together, even two females walking together. So, attackers are generally speaking going to try to pick one target that they feel is like an easy target, right? It's like a lion. They don't go after the biggest buffalo in the herd. They try to scatter the herd, find the weakest one, and then they just go after that. So, all you have to do is not look like you're the weakest, easiest target walking around Scranton at 10 o'clock at night. And that's not really that hard, right? So, again, keep those tips in mind. I thought they were kind of cool. I was just thinking about them today, so I just wanted to share. If you have any questions on self-defense, especially when it comes to like broad strategies or scenarios, please hit me up. Let me know. Tactics, techniques, that's the type of stuff you really should get training on. But it's, people are like, I don't do self-defense, I don't have the time. Well, there's like 1,000 things you could do to keep yourself safer off the mat. So, the idea of you train on the mat so you never have to use it off the mat. But you can learn a lot of stuff off the mat so you never have to get attacked. So keep that in mind. I hope it helps. I appreciate the people following this. I appreciate, saw a bunch of likes and thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. We're just trying to help people out, get some good info out there. I do a ton of research on self-defense. I won't name names, but in my opinion, there's a lot of garbage data out there, right? And one of the things is it's all like legalese and politically correct and don't do this, don't do that. And, that's kind of why I wanted to bring up this Navy SEAL, because, he was brutally honest how, I don't want to say certain rules don't apply to them, but I think he might have said that. But it's just different. It's like the most hostile, crazy, stressful environment. And you can take that stuff and apply it to our everyday life to stay safer. And, he didn't care anything about being politically correct. So sometimes taking a little bit of that and applying it is very useful. So just trying to get good info out there. I want to keep, people safe. I want Scranton to be a safer city. And I think the more people that learn this type of stuff, it really will be. So please, if you like it, let me know. If you want, share this with your friends, tag somebody, and let's get the word out there. Thanks a lot.